fake, I keep it real.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Coach Place here, guys, for a special Saturday night stream of the New England Patriots versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Patriots come in at 9-4, 6-0 on the road. Yes, 6-0 on the road. Patriots had me a little salty. Last time we did a Patriots stream, I took a pie to the face. They play the 7-6 Indianapolis Colts, who are 3-4 at home. What's up, guys? Want to give a big shout out to Rocha Entertainment. Big shout out to Rocha Entertainment for his Rocha raid there at the start of this stream. So big shout out there, Rocha. Fuller 9 box says Rocha raid. Appreciate y'all very much. So this game's going to be kicking off, I say, in about less than 10 minutes. Will Sportsworld's in the house. What's up, Will? Hall of Fame member, Will Sports World. What the heck was that? That was weird. I ain't even got the zapper, probably. But anyways, guys, is this going to be a real stream of the game, or you juicing for clap? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Huh? We stream every single game. We stream pretty well every single primetime game. You get live audio, and you get the best play-by-play. If you don't like it, then that's what you get. Chase T66, my man. Will Sports World, nice work, mods. Absolutely. On the prowl. You just juicing for clout. Anyways, guys, so don't forget to hit the vote right there in the chat. We got 34 votes right now. 71% in favor for the Colts. Uh-oh. Chase T66, let me know where you're betting on. I have a feeling that we are on the opposite end on this one. I have a feeling. Beantown Breakdown also in on the mod work. What's up, Ryan? Oh, Chase T66 says Colts. We're together on this one. I like it. I did not expect Chase T66 to be betting on the Colts. That's why I didn't even say anything to him. Taylor says, as a Titans fans, who should we be rooting for tonight? You should be rooting for the Colts. Should be rooting for the Colts. So as always, guys, we will go back and forth between two scenes. This one and then this one. We will get the game cast up for you and the box score up for you as well. I will get those things up once we get this show going. You don't believe it for a second. I'm in on the Colts. Took the Colts on the money line. We'll turn that down just due to jingle. But yeah, guys, as always, as you're popping in the stream, smash those thumbs up. It always helps the stream out and get there and go.
It is loud in Indianapolis tonight. Can't wait to get going. We've got the sidelines covered. First we go down and talk about the Colts with Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Kevin, Frank Wright, he candidly told his team that this is an opportunity for us to prove that we are real and that we belong. He said, if we're going to be the team to beat, then we've got to win this game. Defensive tackle, DeForest Buckner, he really appreciated Wright's comments. He told me, I love it. I absolutely love it. And he means what he says. He also told me that this is an opportunity for us as well to show, hey,
guys, before this game gets going, we want to shout out Rocha Entertainment for the raid. So give a big shout out to Rocha Entertainment, one of the top dogs in all of sports YouTube. He's got 45.8K subscribers. As you can tell, he's live right now during the Golden State Warriors game. He does a lot of Golden State Warriors content. but then he pretty well does everything NBA. He'll also throw in some San Francisco 49ers for you. But Rocha Entertainment, one of the best in the business. Big shout out to Rocha Entertainment for supporting the Coach Plays, and I appreciate you very much, Big Dog, sending over that raid for us.
But they do have a running back by rotation back there, and so you figure we'll just see Ramondre Stevenson.
All right, so this game's getting ready to get kicked off as the Colts will receive first.
New England. As a matter of fact, they've won the last 8 in a row over the Colts. They won the toss, they have deferred, and that's how we'll start this one here tonight.
And this one is off and running.
On NFL Network, glad to have you aboard on a Saturday night. It's Isaiah Rodgers from the
Going to field it at the 10, to the 20, 25, and he'll make it get to about the 26.
That's where the Colts will start with Carson Wentz. Greg, you talked about it. You think he's going to need to throw the football tonight a lot to win. What he has done in his career, he's won against rookie quarterbacks that he's facing, of course, in Mac Jones.
He has, and as we talked about at the open, he's going to have to take advantage of these looks that get presented to him because of what Jonathan Taylor brings to this offense. Bill Belichick's going to want to control him. He's not going to let him run wild. So they need to take
So
advantage
as soon
of
as the
them.
game cast gets up and going,
Equal really pass-friendly
I'll get that up
defenses.
here.
So we got to make sure Carson Wentz takes advantage of them if they're going to have a chance today to move the ball consistently.
Danny Pinter starts at center for the second consecutive game because Ryan Kelly is out of this game. And so for the second start in a row for Pinter at center. And they'll fake it to Taylor.
Little boot action, first play, Carson Wentz, and that's going to be good for a gain of about 6.
Hickman, who's got the catch, with McCourty on the coverage. As you look at this defense, they are #1 in the NFL, and they have some major beef in that front 7.
They are big at the first 2 levels. I mean, traditionally we're used to seeing some big guys inside in the defensive line, but it's really the second level guys. Dante Hightower, Bentley. These guys are 250-pound plus inside linebackers. They have a style here in New England, and they're sticking with it.
On the give. Actually, it's a fake, and now an incompletion. A little hot for Pittman. Jackson was there, may have gotten a hand on it, and a penalty flag as well.
Spread is 3. I believe the spread, Robin, ended up at 1.5.
In the direction of the Colts.
I believe it was at 3 at one point, then it got to 2, and now I believe it's right before kickoff was sitting at 1.5. It's at 1.5 right now. So I believe that's where it ended up.
I'm going to say both of these teams are among the least penalized in the league. You see Frank Wright, 4th year in Indianapolis. How about this? 4th year, 4th different quarterback for him. So it's pretty amazing that they've been good every year with that.
And he went out and he got Carson Wentz. He's here because he believes in him. He believes a lot of his struggles that he had in Philadelphia was a product of the system around him. So far, the bet's paying off.
Carson Wentz on 3rd and 4, looking right, will take a shot down the field for Pittman, and it's overthrown.
He had him wide open. He beat Jackson on the coverage, but it's a punting situation.
Had his guy there.
J.C. Jackson, he's one of the
Just
top
flat out
receivers
overthrew
in
him.
the entire league. This is a matchup that Pittman's going to have to win. And when Carson Wentz gets his opportunities, he's beat. He's on top of the defender. He's got to drop that ball in the bucket and hit those plays. We've talked a lot, even this first drive. They're going to get a lot of pass-friendly coverages. Man-to-man on the outside, single safety. They've got to hit him.
Well, they miss a golden opportunity there. And now Rigoberto Sanchez will punt it away to Gunnar Olszewski. All-pro
And this
return
punt is
for New
off.
England.
Far to the left, and he's going to catch it, try to return it. Makes a guy miss around the 20. This ball is loose, but it goes out of bounds. So a break there for the Patriots as they will take over around the 20.
But the Patriots will maintain possession.
This entire team, the peanut punch, we see Darius Leonard, one of the best linebackers in the league at forcing turnovers. We see Odom here, the reserve safety. He gets the ball out. That's why they carry that ball on the outside arm. That's coach. We need that fumble to go out of bounds if you're a Patriot fan.
So Mac Jones and the Patriots come out now. 1st and 10. Twins left, eye back formation. Fakes a wide receiver screen, then ISO to the right, and he'll get a gain of about 4.
So Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie out of Oklahoma. Expected to see a lot of time tonight. He gets a carry there. Mac Jones, a rookie from Alabama, has been really terrific this year, and we'll tell you and show you as the game goes along. But 6-0 on the road for a rookie quarterback, pretty impressive.
And of course, everyone wants to say, yeah, the defense is number one, and he doesn't do a lot. He makes plays when he has to. He plays the quarterback position under complete control.
So trips left, single receiver is condensed down tight to the right. Back is offset right. Looking, quick throw to the back. And Darius Leonard will throw him out of bounds. And he'll bring up 3rd and 2.
All-pro linebacker for the Colts. As you look at this Patriots offense, they're one of the best units in the NFL.
9th in rushing, 18th in passing, 18th overall offense for the New England Patriots. 3rd and 2.
Josh McDaniels, 13th year offensive coordinator. Thought he was going to be the head coach here in Indianapolis, turned it down.
Trips to the right, single receiver left. Back is screwed up in a sniffer position to the left. Mac Jones looks, steps up. Now will fire down middle of the field, and he's got his man to the 40, 1st down.
Myers has the catch to move the chains.
Good job by Myers right there, catching this ball, holding on to it because he took a shot right after that play. Myers just on a simple dig route in the middle of the field. And that's a 1st down for the Patriots. This is not good if Darius Leonard is hurt. Leonard was the one who made the tackle. It was a big collision. He is now standing up and walking off the field, but he is holding that arm all the way down here, so you worry about that sort of injury. Could be a dislocation. If it is a dislocation, he could essentially get right back in pretty quick as long as there's no complications with that. But that would be a massive loss for the Indianapolis Colts if Darius Leonard is out for any significant time. He is that leader of that defense. So we will look into that. As we are on a commercial break, guys, want to shout out the Coach Plays members, Will Sports World and Chase T66 for being the Hall of Fame members, the highest membership you can have on this channel. Big shout out to you guys. And then shout out to the rest of the Coach Plays members, the Carver family, Troxel Sports Stream, Beantown Breakdown, Gridiron Blitz, James Peach, Shay Flat, Asia Roberson, and Ron Ripple. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all very much for your support. As we go through this stream, we will shout out their channels, bring their channels up onto the stream during some commercial breaks. And every 10 minutes, there you see Chase T66 Twitch link drops in the chat for him being a Hall of Fame member. Click that link right now and follow him on Twitch, and let's get Chase T66 back streaming once again. I've got to find Will Sports World's YouTube link. For some reason, I cannot find it. It's almost like it's been deleted. But if we can ever find that, we'll put that in the chat as well. All right, so it looks like we're back.
Hopefully he'll come back in.
Yeah.
At least sit out one play. So
There's Leonard. He's going to make it back. He's working pretty hard on the sidelines. He'll be back.
They missed a big play opportunity. Now the Patriots.
Mac Jones in trouble. Mac Jones steps up, will now flush out and run to the 40, 45, 50. He'll get the 1st down. Colts right there had him for a sack. And Mac Jones does a pretty good job of just avoiding the pressure and escaping that pocket. Almost lost that ball.
Really nice job there by Mac Jones, just hanging on. And he doesn't take off often, as you said, but that goes from an almost.
So 1st and 10.
Good 1st down.
An extra tackle to the right. And the end around to the left. We'll pick up maybe one. Carver family in the house. What's up, Carver family?
But he gets a start today. In on the tackle for this Colts defense. And the best thing that they do, Greg, is take the ball away. They're #1 in the league in turnovers.
Yeah, and that's coached. That's intentful. That's practiced every day. Coach Eberflus talks about this is our intensity, how we take the ball away, how we run to the ball. He gave us a laundry list of different things that they grade.
No.
It was fascinating to listen to him talk about their play style.
So 2nd and 9, play action. We'll now dump it off to Jonnu Smith. And there is a flag. He's going to get a big gain here down close to the 30. There is a flag. We'll have to see what this could be.
Yeah, New England's offensive line, the entire right side.
Yeah, so the line got down the field a little bit too quick.
They're doing a double screen. They're going to try to get everybody here to the left side. You can see fake screen left, then they're going to set up the screen on the right. But everybody, the entire offensive line is 5-6 yards down the field. Sometimes the timing of those double screens, the left side, they're going to get out fast. That's the dummy side. The right side of the offensive line, who's the screen side, needs to just take.
So I formation here for the Patriots on 2nd and 14.
So it makes it a 2nd down and 14.
And we're going to get a stoppage of play. Play clock was at 0, and we're going to get a delay of game.
So that'll move it back 5 more yards.
So now 2nd and 19 for the Patriots. Little toss to the left. And Stevenson will pick up a gain of about 3 to 4. And he'll bring up 3rd and about 15.
That'll be a 3rd and long.
Second time now we've seen New England try to get the ball to the edge. Indianapolis on defense, the strength of their team, that second level speed. Darius Leonard, Okereke, we've seen them. Zaire Franklin, they can all run sideline to sideline. New England's going to have to find a way to get that ball north and south. Put your shoulders down and go at them to side. They are fast to the ball.
So getting a trip set to the right, single receiver left. 4 down linemen for the Colts.
3rd and long. Have to get to the 38. Pressure.
And Mac Jones in trouble, and Mac Jones will go down. DeForest Buckner, the former 49er, gets in on the sack. They send 4, and they get to the back of Mac Jones.
Matt Eberflus continues to talk about. We need to get rush with our front 4. You're going to see the inside move here.
Boy, left tackle got completely whipped.
All different spots. He can line up on the nose. He can line up on the
And if the
guard.
Colts can get that sort of pressure with just 4,
That is a
they
tough
will
matchup
be
where a
in
guy
some
can come up
business
and down the
tonight.
offensive line and just pick, hey, you're the guy I'm going to rush.
Penalties really halted that drive for the Colts, or for the Patriots, and now they're punting. This will be fair caught at about the 22. Could have been fair catch interference, and they're not going to call that one now. As that will get us to a commercial break. New England 0, Indianapolis Colts 0. So far, no score. And so far, this is what the box score looks like. Mac Jones 2 of 2 for 14 yards. Carson Wentz 1 of 3 for 7 yards. Missed a wide open Pittman on that first drive. Stevenson 2 carries, 8 yards. There will be no Damian Harris tonight. So Stevenson's probably going to be that main tailback. And then receiving, we've got 1 for 4 and 1 for 10. No rushing so far for Indianapolis, and Michael Pittman Jr. 1 catch for 7 yards. So that is the early box scores for tonight's game. or fan vote. 56 votes so far. 71% chance of in favor for the Patriots. Only 29 for the Colts. That's a little shocking to me that it is that lopsided. Like, Patriots have been on a roll as of late, but so have the Colts. Colts have been playing some ball. I ended up taking the Colts on the money line. So we'll see. We'll see how tonight goes.
He shuts down good runners.
And
we're
back.
Bill Belichick, you're going to have to take advantage of pass-friendly looks. We saw it on the first third down of the game. They overthrew Pittman. He is never going to allow your strength to beat him.
Heavy package right here for Indianapolis, and they will go with a little jet sweep. And he's got a lot of room. 30, 40, 50, pushed out of bounds around the 40.
And he got a good block from Jack Doyle as well.
Doolin on the carry. And that's a big first down on the first play of this drive. A 3 tight end set, and they just go with a little simple jet sweep, faking counter the other way.
And then he's going to hit it. That's the alley that the blockers, in this case Doyle, Mo Alley, Cox, they know exactly where that ball is trying to get. They got a great look
Dolan on that
really
carry.
well executed, speed on the edge.
So here we go.
Well done.
Now get a 2 tight end set to the right. Twins left. And split zone, and Taylor will hard run up the middle to the right for a gain of 11 and another first down.
Take a look at this patience here, Kev. He's going to just do a little stutter. He knows where this ball needs to get, but he's going to get deep into the line of scrimmage.
Good patience there by Jonathan Taylor, waiting for that gap to there open up. And then he eventually finds it, gets north, and gets a gain of 11. 1,359 yards so far on the year for Jonathan Taylor. Jet motion from left to right, and inside handoff, Taylor. And he will continue to fight and pick up 4.
He's a fantastic runner.
Tight end will motion from right to left. 3 tight end set again. Inside handoff, Taylor, and continuing to keep those feet moving. Gets a gain of 6 and another first down.
Wow, left side of that line behind Fisher and Nelson, just pushing people around, and they'll move the chains.
Something to keep an eye on as this game goes on. They play this 3-4 spacing. You're going to see, this is a strong safety playing jack linebacker. That's
really good job there by the left tackle getting up to second level. But Jonathan Taylor just refusing to go down on first contact. That's what makes him one of the best backs in the NFL. First and 10, ball is now at the 20-yard line. First red zone trip of the night for Indianapolis. Taylor up the middle for a gain of 4 or 5. This is what makes the Indianapolis Colts a dangerous team this year, is that they are being able to run the football.
New England's defense now all week, they've stressed, if he's going to have some success, it's got to be between the 30s on the ground. When they get into the red zone,
I can see that, Robin.
Now listen, he's forgotten more about
I took the Colts money line, so I would not be opposed to seeing that. I do have it parlayed with both teams scoring more than 10 points. Taylor, hard running to the left, and he'll get a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, you're talking about, Bill Belichick being okay with him running between the 30s. The reason is he's a scoring machine. He's got 18 total touchdowns this year, 16 rushing touchdowns. That's more than a lot of teams in the NFL right now. So as you look right here, most rushing touchdowns this year. Teams, Jonathan Taylor 16. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's remarkable.
So now 3rd and 1.
Good drive for the Colts.
Motioning right to left is Hines. Now we'll orbit over to the right. Jonathan Taylor right up the gut for a gain of 2 and a 1st down. If the Patriots struggle to stop the run tonight, it's going to be a battle for them to win this game. You have to take away the run game of Indianapolis and force it to go on Carson Wentz's shoulders. And right now, that is what Indianapolis is doing well, is running the football.
One offensive lineman or one double team to distort. They all have gaps on defense. We've got to remove a guy from the gap.
And there it is. They have yet to throw the ball in this drive, and now Carson Wentz lines up as a running back to the right. Taylor will hand it off to Wentz. He will toss it to Hines. Hines will get to the outside, and Hines will score. Little trickery there. Little hand off to Carson Wentz, and then he tosses it to Hines. And then he had Jonathan Taylor as his lead blocker going the other way. And the Colts are the first ones on the board.
You're going to see Jonathan Taylor out in front. Jack Doyle gets just enough, but look at the goal line. Look right there. Hines is just following his buddy Taylor right into the end zone. What a great, creative, fun play call early in this game by Frank Reich and this Colts offense.
That was something. He takes the snap. They get Wentz involved. He ends up being the lead blocker, and then Hines technically goes down as a receiving touchdown, 8 yards.
So that's going to get us to a commercial break. The Indianapolis Colts score first as they are on the board 7-0. 8 play drive, 8 rushes. A statement drive there for the Indianapolis Colts, and now the Patriots going to have to answer back. After an impressive drive there, we now have 69% votes in favor of the Patriots, 31 in favor for the Colts. We will get the game audio back up once this commercial break ends. Hey, hush. Be right back, guys. So a third down, guys. Third and 3 for the Patriots. Empty formation, trips left, twins right. Mac Jones looking right, fires, and he's got his guy for a gain of 4 and a first down. That's Myers. Myers now 2 big catches already in this game for 2 first downs.
Nice job here. There was some conversation. There was some confusion of who to block, but eventually Mac Jones got them all. And look at this offensive line. They only rushed 3, but look how they stay together. They all stay on the same level. When you rush 3, you give the quarterback a lot of time to go through all of his progressions.
We'll counter to the left, and Stevenson will find some room there, and we'll get a gain of about 4 or 5.
As he's got nearly 5 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie, has been getting playing time more and more as the weeks have gone. Really splitting time almost with Damian Harris. He's got 1 100-yard game on the year. And you think about it, you look at his numbers at Oklahoma, Greg, he didn't carry the ball a lot. In his career, he carried it 165 times. You know what his yards per carry was? 7.2 yards per carry. 7.2!
I think they should have just given him the ball more.
Very possible.
Twins on each side. Mac Jones under center on 2nd and 6. Ball is at the 35 of the Patriots. Will counter to the left and runs into his own lineman. Lineman was going the opposite way. Was working back in the backfield, and he runs right into Stevenson. We'll have to see what the confusion is here. It is the left tackle he runs into. Left tackle completely whiffs and then starts chasing him. And then he runs right into his own running back. Not pretty. So now 3rd and 9 for Mac Jones. Going to have to do it in the air again probably. Trey set to the right. Mac Jones throwing deep left, and well thrown ball incomplete. Tried to fit it in there to Myers, and he just could not hold on to it. This was a well thrown ball.
Myers does everything right. Watch this release. They talk about he throws his hand up. He looked like Randy Moss. Oh, he drops it right into his bucket. He does everything right. Wins the route in the first 5 yards. Gets on top of the defender. Quarterback makes a great throw. He just can't corral it.
So, Patriots having a punt again from their own 32. And that's blocked! It's blocked! And it's to the end zone! And the Colts will land on it! Touchdown, Colts! Wow. You just don't see blocked punts a whole lot in the NFL, so when it happens, it's game-changing. E.J. Speed on the recovery. We'll have to see if he was the one who blocked it. Not sure if he was. And the special teams coach is pumped.
Unbelievable. We've seen the defense contribute. Of course, the offense contribute. Now the special teams, they get in on the action. This Colts team has started hot. What a play.
How about having 2 punt block
But
touchdowns?
nonetheless, the Colts, extra point, snap, set, kick is on its way. That kick is good. And the Indianapolis Colts have jumped out on the Patriots 14-0. Speed on the recovery. And the Colts up 2 scores with 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter, up 14-0. A massive turn of event. As we'll have to see what this Patriots offense can do. It looks the way this is what is making the Colts such a deadly team right now, is not only can they run the ball, but they are doing a really good job of stopping the run. That has honestly been what's made the Patriots so much hate as of late, is that they have been able to run the ball and stop the run for the most part. As right now, the Colts just doing a better job of that. Patriots having no success on the ground game, and the Colts having that success. And so Patriots are going to have to force to have Mac Jones throw the ball a little bit. And they've been, I don't want to say hiding Mac Jones. Mac Jones has been well this year, but they definitely want to run the football first, and so far that has not happened. You definitely don't need to abandon the run game. It's just 14-0 with 14 seconds left in the first, but they're going to have to get something going. They're going to have to get something going here. So, and a really good start if you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, or Colts better. And then for the New England Patriots fans out there, you just hope that you can kind of settle down and play some football here. They need to have an answering drive. Whether or not you score points on this drive, you need to at least flip the field position. You need to get this drive to about midfield to allow your team a chance to punt the football and force the Colts to go the distance of the field. So they need to have a few first downs here and see if they can just create something. Of course, some points on the board to answer that block punt would be really good, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see as far as that one. So 14-0. If you're just joining us, a blocked punt recovered for a touchdown.
He just runs right by the right guard, Jakob Johnson, who's the fullback. He just runs right by him, does a great job getting his body across the leg of the kicker. Bubba Ventrone, the special teams coordinator, is fired up.
By the time I fix that, it will go back soon.
How many guys in history have had 2 punt block return TDs in the same season, let alone a career, right? It's unbelievable. What a start by the Colts.
Shout out to the 44 in the box, guys, as you pop in here. Smash those thumbs up. It helps the stream get out there to many people. We welcome you to the Coach Plays YouTube channel. Colts up 14-0 in this one. Largest deficit since week 3 for the New England Patriots. That was against the New Orleans Saints. So we'll see what's the answer here. Adams, number 49, was on that block punt. Jonnu Smith on the line of scrimmage to the right. Twins left, and now fullback will all sit to the left as well. Play action. Mac Jones looking in trouble. Flushes out right. Will now check it down to Jonnu Smith, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him, as that will get us to the first quarter.
The run game got going, and then the special teams did their job with a punt block touchdown.
So the end of the first quarter has the Colts up 14-0 in this one. Patriots, they do have the ball back, so we'll see if they are able to answer. But that's the end of the first quarter. Just a really good start for the Colts. So on their first scoring drive of the game, it was their second drive. The Colts went on an 8-play, I believe it was like 60-something yards, and all 8 plays were 8 run plays. It was kind of a statement of a drive. Patriots then went 3 and out right after that, and that led to the block punt recovered for a touchdown. What's up, Griffin Fishroom? Appreciate you joining the stream. Hope you're doing well. Want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Yeah, Carson Wentz right now, so we'll pull up this. 2 of 4 for 15 yards. Jonathan Taylor has 6 carries for 33 yards. Team now has 7 carries for 70 yards. Michael Pittman Jr. 1 catch for 7 yards. And that's kind of where we are at as far as this is concerned. So the game audio will come back up once the commercial break has concluded. Appreciate the 25 thumbs up already, guys. Appreciate y'all very much. All right, so we are back in action. Nelson Aguilar on that catch.
As we say hello from across the field, you've noticed the Colts are bringing a lot of extra rushers, huh?
There's been very few plays, and we talked about
look
the
at
idea
that.
of pre- and post-snap looks on defense. For a young quarterback, that's the hardest thing to decipher. And I think early in this game, Matt Eberflus, he feels that. What he sees before the snap, all of a sudden, extra guys are pressuring, whether it's safeties, whether it's second-level linebackers. He's giving continuous new looks almost on every snap.
All right, so 3rd and 2. Trips bunch to the right. Aguilar, lone receiver to the left. Toss, right. Stevenson in trouble, and Stevenson will go down for a loss of 2 or 3. Darius Leonard on the tackle, and just like that, it's 3 and out. That was quick. They're trying to do pin and pull, which actually just no one pinned. They're just cracking down, and Darius Leonard finds his way through and takes Bolden down on the carry. And this is the Colts so far all over the Patriots early in this one.
Remember the last punt was blocked. This one they get off. Hines is going to let it bounce, and it takes a good bounce in favor of Indianapolis.
This one bounces backwards, so
Get the ball back.
So the bet that I did take, I took the Colts money line, which looks great, but I also parlayed it with both teams would score more than 10 points. That really doesn't sound that bad. It didn't give me a whole lot of extra money, but it did give me a little bit. As of right now, does this game have that type of vibe of Colts win 24-3, 24-7? I would like to see the Colts tally on a little bit more here and then allow the Patriots to start getting in on that action. I need them to score at least 2 scores. 2 scores. Touchdown and a field goal, or 2 touchdowns. But this would be a big win for the Colts if they can lock it down. Patriots trying to hold on to that number 1 seed. So we'll continue to see how this one shakes up. We want to shout out, we want to bring up one of our members up on the channel. This is the Carver family. It says Merry Christmas, Carver family. It's all about him and his kid. This is my brother, and that's my little nephew, so a little bias here. He shows off a lot of artwork, but then he just does a little bit of everything. Does some fishing, does some live streams, as far as him drawing. It's a great channel. We are trying to get him his watch hours. So if you would, hit that red button, subscribe to the Carver family, go over to a playlist and hit one of these playlists and let it run. And let's allow him to get to his monetization. So we appreciate the Carver family for his support for the Coach Plays. Big shout out, Carver family, a member of the Coach Plays. So we will get right back into this one. The Patriots really needed something to go in their way right there. And it was just a quick 3 and out. And that's what we've kind of seen so far. This Colts defense doing a really good job of corralling this run game and not allowing Mac Jones to be comfortable in the pocket. So we are coming back from commercial break.
Every day of the week coming up. As we welcome you back.
So the Colts will take this one over on their own 35.
See the first 2 possessions, 3 and out. Then they got the run game going. Then they got a block punt for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, the league's leading rusher.
So Carson Wentz 2 of 4 on the day, and he's got a 14-0 lead. Motion from left to right. Zone to the right, and Jonathan Taylor runs into a blocker, but he will still fall forward for a gain of 4. Staying ahead of the chains.
Defense has been on the field in that time. Linebacker Jawan Bentley has twice been in the medical tent and back in the locker room. He is now remaining in the tent while they look at his left ankle. Officially, the Patriots are saying he is questionable to return.
That's certainly of note, Christine. I mean, he and Hightower are the 2 inside linebackers. They rotate so much, Greg, and with their personnel and packages, but that, especially against the run game, would be a big loss.
You see Collins and Hightower right here.
4 down linemen now looking. Patriots showing some blitz here. Matthew Judon coming down. And inside zone, and Jonathan Taylor will get a gain of a couple. And this will bring up about a 3rd and 4.
Why is this week so much more important for Frank Reich? You're getting kind of near the end of the opening script now.
Absolutely. They got about 15 to 20 first and second down plays that they sit down, and they are very, very specific. They want to unmask the defense. How are you going to match 2 tight ends? How are you going to match 3 wide receivers? How are you going to match certain formations, certain down and distances? Once they get those indicators and they get those tells, now Frank Reich will layer in the rest of his offense as this game progresses, all built on the foundation of what he learns from the opening script.
Trips left, kind of trips wing, and split zone, and he will cut back to the backside A. He needed 4, he gets 3. But the way they're running this football, man, I would almost say go for this right here.
I think you go for it. I think you've got all the game, the energy, the momentum, everything is in your
You could lose a lot of the momentum here if you don't pick up this first down, or you could really start to go for the jugular here. And I think they're going to go for it. 4th and 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. Ball is on their own 44-yard line. You get a 2 tight end set to the left. And an extra tackle. QB sneak. Carson Wentz will get pushed forward for the first down. Carson Wentz is one of those bigger body quarterbacks in the NFL, and it worked out there.
The surge that they get here, that's a tough look for a quarterback sneak. But you notice which guy he got behind? I don't blame him. I'd get behind left guard Quentin Nelson too. If I'm going to put my life in someone's hands, it's a good guy to start with.
He's not a small person, right? I mean, he's 6'5", 330, and well, he's one of the best to do it in this league. 3-time All-Pro.
So a new set of chains here for the Colts. Hines will motion left to right. Play action, in trouble. Wentz sets up. Now fired in the middle of the field, floats it, and that one's caught. Pascal on the reception. A deep breaking out route. This one's kind of floated over 3 Patriots and into the hands of Pascal. It looked like it was in the middle of the field. It drifted towards the right. Really good job by Jonathan Taylor picking up the blitz. And then he's got Pascal on a deep drag, and he just floats this one up and over and inside the coverage.
Just an all-round special player.
Carson Wentz gives a thumbs up.
With 54 coming as a free hitter.
So 1st and 10, Twins to the left. 2 tight ends set to the right. Motion from left to right. And a little inside handoff, nothing there. But he will fall forward for a gain of 1, maybe 2.
We're talking about this offensive line. Danny Pinter making his second start. Quentin Nelson, I asked him the other day, do you just like mauling people? He said it's just business, and it just turns out that the best blocks are when people are on their backs.
And I would say it's a pretty fair assessment. It's not often in these production meetings that we talk to offensive linemen, but we requested him this week because we just heard so many great things about his demeanor and his delivery, and boy, did he not disappoint us. He was fantastic to talk with. This offensive line, they embrace the challenge of continuing to run the ball.
So a 2nd and 9. Split back formation for the Colts. Hines and Taylor in the backfield. Little play action. In trouble. Wentz flushed out, rolling left. Still looking down the field. Will now tuck it. 30, 25. And will run out of bounds about the 22. And that's going to be good for a first down.
Carson Wentz just keeping the play alive the entire time. His eyes are downfield. Very uncharacteristic of this front. Jamie Collins, he loses contain. He dips inside. You can see him there. He just goes down to the ground. They're very, very disciplined traditionally, setting an edge on a pocket, keeping the quarterback contained.
So Carson Wentz just doing a really good job extending the play there and picking up that first down. It's now 1st and 10. Ball is on the 20. Wentz killing the play audibly. And that will just be zone left. Bouncing to the outside is Taylor. And lowering the shoulder, and we'll get a gain of about 6.
Phillips finally did, but not before Taylor picks up a nice little chunk. I mean, he averages 5.6 yards a rush. And that time he picked up nearly 7.
Jalen Mills, he's the outside D-gap run fit. Watch T.Y. Hilton.
No Jawan Williams for the Patriots tonight. T.Y. Hilton doing a really good job of sealing off the edge.
Just enough to shield him. He doesn't hold, and that's the edge. Again, it's not real often that this Patriots defense.
So we get a 2nd and 3 here.
We've seen it now in the last 2 plays.
1 pass to 7 rushes. We're going to get a stoppage of play and a timeout for the Patriots. Patriots want to slow down, talk about some things, as this is another impressive drive by the Colts after a 4th and 1 conversion on their own 44.
They've been tremendous. And during the 7-game win streak,
Colts running this ball already has the first half with just 7:38 left to play.
they're in a good groove, Greg. I mean, you talk about averaging 7.2 yards per play. That's a good start. Judon out of the game right now.
So here we go. 2nd and 3. Ball is inside the 15. Split zone. Taylor keeps his legs moving, and we'll get a gain of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
So 3rd and short coming up.
Right now for the Patriots, things seem bad, right? Things seem to have gotten off to a poor start. Bill Belichick and this veteran group, they've been here before. Yes, they have a rookie quarterback. Yes, they have some new pieces. But this team is seasoned. They've been here before. They're going to start making some adjustments. He is not going to let this Indianapolis Colts just continue to go up and down the field. You have to imagine at some point he changes things a little bit, because right now Indianapolis has completely controlled this game in all aspects.
Colts bring on an extra offensive lineman on 3rd and 1. Judon's back on the field for the pass.
Extra tackle to the right with a tight end, and tight end on the left. Inside handoff, and he's got the first down easy. Needed 1, picked up 3. The Colts have an identity, and it is to run right down your throat. And God, I love it. Even though I hate the Colts.
Jonathan Taylor just needs a crease, and he's going to hit it. But what can you say? This offensive line, they have been really, really impressive so far today.
11th play of this drive.
Handoff Taylor, bouncing back, and penetration there. Gottschall on the tackle for a gain of just 1.
It's interesting. We did the Colts game against Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago when they went away from the run early, and the pass game worked for them very, very well. They've done the opposite today. They threw it on the first drive, and it's been, for the most part, run.
Frank Reich talked about the dial in his offense, where every game they come in, they say we're going to be relatively 50-50 run pass. And then throughout the course of the game, I might turn the dial one way or another. He said the biggest thing for me, I don't care which way I turn the dial.
2 tight ends set to the left, and another tight end to the right. They have 3 tight ends on the field right now. 31 personnel. Inside handoff, Taylor, and not much there. Just a gain of 1, and this will bring up a 3rd and goal from about the 7-yard line, 6-yard line.
This is the Patriots formula. Even if they get some success in the middle of the field, when they get down into the red zone, the run game cannot be a factor. The first offensive touchdown, of course, by the Colts came on a little trickeration and a little wildcat reverse type thing, but they cannot just allow them to turn the ball and hand it Hand it off to Jonathan Taylor and run it in. Force Carson Wentz to be in a pass.
Ball was at the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal. We'll see if they put the air in the ball here. Trips right, single receiver to the left. 2 tight ends. Wentz looking, fires high and off the hands of his intended receiver, number 81. And incomplete. So the Colts field goal unit will come out to the field.
He can play in the box. He can match up here like you see him on a tight
Big
end.
body tight end.
He's got a window.
Alec Hawks
That ball's a little high.
was the
That ball
receiver.
is supposed to be high. They call it a crossbar throw. That ball is elevated over everyone's head. You're trying to take advantage of a big tight end, a long target. Duggar had good coverage, but that is a ball at this level.
And so the field goal is up, and that field goal is good. So Colts up 17-0. What's up, Tribe? Says Belichick is a genius. Maya says Brady proved it was all him. All right, so I am a massive Tom Brady fan. I just respect his game, and it's a marriage. Brady went on, won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. It shows you that it had a lot to do with Tom Brady and how great he is. But you can't sit there and say that it was all Tom Brady and that Belichick is some just terrible coach. I mean, they're 9-4 with a rookie quarterback right now. It's okay to say that they were both really good, and they both needed each other to win that many Super Bowls. So, 17-0 is the score right now. Colts up as they are just dominating the game right now with their O-line and their running back and their defensive line stopping the run. They're running the football and they're playing good defense. It's a recipe for success. Robin says solid momentum here for the Colts. Absolutely, Robin. $28 people in the chat, 26 thumbs up. If you've yet to hit the thumbs up, hit it right now. Help the stream get out there to a lot of people. Share it out to your social medias and get a lot of people here in the chat reacting to every play of this game. We will get the game audio back up once the commercial break ends.
Frank Reich from Philadelphia, and you know, it's worked out for both sides. It really has. I thought Reich.
All right, so the Colts kicking back off to the Patriots. Patriots really in need of some points here before the half to get them feeling any sort of positive feelings in their well-being at halftime.
Just looking to move the ball. They got 38 total yards. Now, obviously, they haven't had it, but when they have, punt, block, punt, and punt. So now, how does Josh McDaniels get this group going?
Mac Jones 6 of 7, but only 35 yards. Play action. Mac Jones in trouble. Steps up, will fire, and he's got his man. I believe that's Bourne for a gain of 15 and a first down.
First down for New England.
Kendrick Bourne's been a great addition to this team. When you just first mentioned his name to Josh McDaniels, he about jumped through the call. I just said his energy, the way he practices, the way he plays, he's been like a breath of fresh air around here. He's going to need to find more ways to get these receivers involved, start getting that Jones into a little bit of a rhythm here. They got a long hill to climb.
That's Bourne, number 84, in motion. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Inside handoff, Stevenson, and he will find his way through, and he will get a gain of about 14 and another first down. So Patriots, some positive momentum here on this drive.
You mentioned he might not have gotten the ball a lot in Oklahoma, but man, he is really good. Double team up to the second level, kick out here, and now he's just going to find the zone. It's going to allow him, he's going to press the hole, and he's just going to find the slight cutback. He is really, really good. They said he's learned a lot from Damian Harris about sometimes if there's not a hole, just make it. He's a big, physical, strong guy.
Two tight ends set to the left. Now tight end will motion left to right. Play action. Jones, middle of the field, too high, and it should have been picked off. But Willis cannot corral it.
And boy, Corey Willis certainly had an opportunity at it. But instead, it's just second down.
If you're Jonnu Smith, you got to stay outside by those numbers. You start coming inside, you start drifting to the middle. Not only do those deflected passes turn into interceptions, if you're not careful, guy's gonna knock you out.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith, one of the feeling like 8 million free agent haul like the Patriots had. He hasn't been as effective.
So now 2nd and 10. Patriots
26 catches coming into
with the ball at the 47-yard line of the Colts. Mac Jones steps up, fires middle of the field, and he's got his tight end down close to the 20 for another big first down. So now Mac Jones starting to feel it a little bit. There's some penetration in that pocket too, but he is hanging in there, and he throws this corner route to his tight end right over top of a defender.
It looks like he's running an over route. That defender wants to jump underneath him.
They sure are, Packer Nation.
Now you make your move to the
Patriots trying to answer back here, though, on this drive.
These are the chunk plays they need to get some life from this offense.
Yeah, Henry's got the second most touchdowns among tight ends in the league with 7 of them, so he's been great.
Mac Jones going to check and go under center now.
Good looking drive for the Patriots trying to
Little jet sweep to the right.
on the jet sweep.
Myers will cut up for a gain of about 6.
Inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Got a nice block from Henry.
2:17,
With 2:17
and I think this is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
I mean, this is what's at stake. 99 straight games since being shut out in the first half. There's clock winding down. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So they got 2 minutes to figure it out to keep that streak going. 17.
I'm not sold on the Patriots neither, but they're a good football team. They are a good football team, and honestly, they're probably going to be a great football team again as Mac Jones continues to get better. And I'm a little terrified of the Colts, to be honest, with how they're playing defense and running the football. Hopefully the Titans can continue to get healthy and kind of get back and stay in the mix of everything. The Chiefs are red hot. So I do think it's like Chiefs, Titans, Colts, and the Patriots all right there. And then we'll have to see if the Ravens can be healthy and kind of get something going. But those teams are – AFC's in a bunch right now. They're in a bunch right now. NFC, a lot more wide open. As always, guys, we will take a little break at a halftime. Everybody stay in the chat, chill with us, and I will be back for the second half. We got 36 people in the box, up to 30 likes. Appreciate you all very much. If you've yet to hit that like button, smash it right now. It is free, and it helps out the Coach Plays a lot. It tells YouTube, hey, people like the stream, which is really cool. So, as we come back from commercial break, Patriots need to put some points on the board, at least a field goal, but they'd feel a lot better about life if they can put 7 on the board going into half.
2 minutes to go in this first half, 17-0 Colts. We'll do a reminder to stick around for the Lexus halftime report. Those 2 minutes are done. So the Colts have dominated, but the Patriots finally putting a drive together. 6th play of this drive, 62.
Yeah, they do, Packer Nation.
2 minutes.
2nd and 1, and we're going to get a jump by Jonnu Smith. Colts were stemming, and Jonnu Smith couldn't hold his water.
Kenny Moore had limped off the last play. See, he's coming back on. Greg, what happened?
Really nice job here. Watch them stunt. They do this on purpose. That quick sudden movement, that's kind of a Patriots special. Jonnu Smith falls for it. Really, really good. Came up at the right time. We've seen the Patriots do that for years. Bill Belichick has always done that. This time, Colts gave him a little taste of his own medicine.
2nd and 6. Little outside handoff left. A lot of penetration. Make a guy miss. Gets to the 20. And will get brought down at about the 15. And we'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Good pursuit by the Colts brings up 3rd down.
Watch the speed over the top here to chase this ball lateral. Bolden does a nice job. That
They
could have been
tried
difficult
to
for us,
crack
but
the
just couldn't.
perimeter, but
Look, it looks like
just
he's
a
got the
lot
edge.
of penetration
Look at
there.
the
Was not
speed.
able to get that cracked.
Rhodes, these guys are running to the ball.
And we're going to get a stoppage of play. Colts did call a timeout.
On the field.
And now here come
And
the
3.
Patriots. So the Colts stopping the clock to see if they can
Timeout.
get the ball back to their offense. Fullback all set to the right. Motion will go from left to right. And Jones looks, middle of the field, it's intercepted. Darius Leonard with the stiff arm. And he will go down at about the 2. A terrible, terrible throw by Mac Jones.
Darius Leonard, a turnover machine, his 3rd interception of the year.
And that's going to keep the Patriots off the board.
Colts 17-0 their ball.
Wow. Well, I'm liking the money line pick, but I do need the Patriots to score some points at some point tonight. What's up, Mark? Mark says, go Cowboys. Appreciate you for joining the stream, Mark. All right, so here we go. We're back into this action. Just a massive turn of events right there. Looked like the Patriots were about to get some positive momentum there before the half, and instead they throw a costly pick inside the 5-yard line. Now an inside handoff, Jonathan Taylor, and he's going to cut it up, and he'll get a gain of about 9. We'll see if the Colts select to push the ball here.
Great job starting his eyes in the right direction. Akil Harry's going to run a sluggo, and then Hunter Henry's, they're going to try to get this ball here, but he does not see Darius Leonard drop right under it. He comes off the sluggo quick. He relocates his eyes. But it's just a wrong spot. If he's going to put that ball there, he's got to put some arc on it. He's got to put some pace on it to try to get over his head. But as you mentioned,
there's a great play there by Darius Leonard. Inside handoff, Jonathan Taylor being patient and finding a way to get a gain of 6 for a first down.
And now we'll see how the Colts manage this with 2 timeouts to go and 55 seconds and a half.
Colts don't look like they're going fast, so.
Crazy. All of a sudden you throw a few incompletes. You allow New England to take a timeout or 2. All of a sudden you punt and give them another possession. So
another score here would really put the Patriots in a bad position, but the Colts are feeling good about where they're at 17-0. You do get a trips bunch wide to the right, single receiver left. Let's see if they put the ball in the air here and then rethink some things. Nope. Keep it with Jonathan Taylor, and he'll get a gain of 1. And that right there is going to do it for the end of the first half. A half that has been dominated by the Indianapolis Colts. Colts up 17-0 in this one, guys. Stick with us for the second half. Going to take a halftime break. I will see you back for the kickoff of the second half. Colts up 17-0. Well, guys,
Everything right now is just going their way. This is a little bit of a change-up. You saw with the pre-snap motion. This is man-to-man coverage.
well, guys, I just ended up just getting back as this one just really got started. And just like that,
It's a wide route. The running back's just going to come out of the backfield and kind of bend to the sideline. That is an incredible
the Patriots have already thrown another interception.
find the ball and generate turnovers.
Just incredible right now.
He got to look like Darius Leonard on that one. Laying
How this is just a total domination
for that ball.
by the Indianapolis Colts.
Continues to change.
Appreciate the number change, guys, as we are now up to 3,600 subscribers.
Pressures. Wow. He is doing a really nice job that time. That man looks
So now the Colts will take over at
where to go. He was late.
New England's 20-yard line.
Ball got picked.
And so now look at the field position. Jonathan Taylor's first half, 18 carries, 73 yards. On the fake.
And quick little outlet throw to Doyle, and well defended by the Patriots.
So some of those RPOs, we haven't seen a lot of the RPO, right? He's going to be out in the gun. They're going to spread him out and try to just account for that extra run defender and put a pass tag. But when the Patriots play this man coverage, that's typically not the kind of looks you want to run the RPO into. Typically need that zone defender who is in the quarterback's read. This is more what we've seen. Under center, a little more traditional downhill run game with Jonathan Taylor.
There we go. Fakes the toss to the left. Now boots right. Wentz still looking. Will fire. And that one should have been intercepted. Jackson could have saved some points for the Patriots, but he couldn't hold on to it.
Jackson is as good, if not better, than any corner in the entire National Football
This one's just thrown slightly behind. Pittman does a really good job of getting his hands on the ball and bringing it out of the hands of Jackson.
I think on that he has a guy right in front of him. Zach Pascal's wide open in the flat. Just give him the ball. He got greedy. He went to the second level. J.C. Jackson almost made him pay.
And what it does is bring up a third.
Trips right, single receiver left on 3rd and 10. Colts after the interception, looking to put up points. Wentz in trouble, and Wentz will go down. And that's going to be a big loss of about 8. And it'll make this field goal a little bit more interesting.
Patriots defense gets a big hold.
Yeah, Wise gets the sack, but look at the pressure initially that Matthew Judon gets on Carson Wentz.
All right, so for my bet's sake, I need the Patriots to start scoring some points.
Look, he's got to shuffle up. He gets his
Matthew
right hand
Judon
on
just
the line.
continues to keep pressure, and he is
And Wise is there
got
to
his
finish him off.
fingerprints
Matthew
all
Judon
over
was
that
the
sack
star
right
of
there.
this free agency class. You touched on it before.
But there was a lot of Patriots to the quarterback.
In free agency this year. Money well spent. Especially with Matthew Judon, his impact on this defense has been huge this year.
So they'll settle for a 46-yard field goal try by Michael Badgley. Sit from 25 here today. This kick is
And that kick is no good. There is a flag. Appreciate you, Natasha. That's totally fine. Hope you had a good day. Go off, get you some rest, and I appreciate you for popping in here, hitting the thumbs up, and just saying hi, Natasha. Have a good night. We'll see what this flag is. Oh, it's going to be offsides on the Patriots. So the Colts missed this field goal, but it is offsides on the Patriots.
Other end of the field. Matthew Judon and Carson Wentz were on the numbers in each other's face, screaming. I don't know what happened.
Offside, number 36, defense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
So this is what you were talking about.
Carson Wentz came off the sideline. He walked all the way out to the numbers. See DeForest Buckner kind of gets in front of his quarterback and pass rusher. Not exactly sure what happened.
So now the field goal attempt,
But back to that
the
offside.
second try,
Do that. They enforce
41-yard attempt now is up, and that one is good. So the Colts will add to their lead fairly quickly here in the second half after
check defense.
the interception
By Okereke, a beauty. Second
now has the Colts up 20-0 in this one, and the Patriots with a big hill to climb out of. They've got to find a way to put some points on the board. Braden says, how did they score 17? Well, in the first half, second drive for the Colts, they had an 8-play, all 8 rushing plays for a touchdown. That made it to 17-0. On the ensuing drive, Patriots went 3 and out, went to punt the ball. He got blocked and recovered for a touchdown, so that was 14-0. And then the Colts ended up tacking on another field goal to make it 17-0. And now, let's say for this second half, Patriots with a early pick. Mac Jones throwing an early interception to the Colts, and Colts coming away with a field goal. So that is where we stand in this one, 20-0. As the Colts right now just total domination over the Patriots. Carson Wentz, 4 of 8 for 38 yards, a touchdown, 0 picks. Jonathan Taylor, 18 carries, 73 yards, a 4.1 average. And then very pedestrian as far as receiving for the Colts. For Mac Jones, 9 of 13, 82 yards, 2 interceptions, a 46.5 quarterback rating so far for Mac Jones. Stevenson, 7 carries for 22 yards, 3.1 average. And then it's Jacoby Myers, 3 catches for 21 yards. That is the most receiving for the New England Patriots. So that's where this game stands right now.
Today, and they jump back in the 1 seed in the AFC, but these Colts have been terrific in really every aspect. Up 20-0 now, 2 more turnovers for Indy here today. And they'll start on their own 25. And Greg, the question is, we talk about Mac Jones and how good he's been, and he has been great. He's been cool, he's been poised, but he still is a rookie. And do you think for the first time this year, or at least since the first couple weeks, does he look a little overwhelmed today?
He does, and I think this is a product of the way the game started. The traditional way they've been
So
playing
we'll see
is so dependent on either having a lead
if the Patriots can get any sort of momentum going here.
You snap your fingers, you're down 14-0. The sky's falling, and all of a sudden now you're a young quarterback.
1st and 10 from their own 25. I formation.
Deficit of the year for New England.
Tight end to the right, twins left. And a little ISO run right to the right,
It's been tough sledding.
and he'll get a gain of 5.
To the 30 for a gain of 5. Let's go down to the sidelines with Pam.
Hey there, Kevin. Yeah, those quick release quarterbacks like Mac Jones can be a pain for pass rushers. The only solution is to just not let up. DeForest Buckner told me that. Getting after quarterbacks who get rid of the ball as quickly as Jones does create a lot of frustration, but you can't let it impact the rush.
They've gotten pressure.
2 tight end set to the right, counter to the right, and he'll get a gain of a couple. Did that ball come loose?
And they're pointing like they've got it. Let's see if they come in and uncover the pile.
Is this an Indianapolis Colts football? No, Patriots going to come away with it.
Smith comes up with it. That
So
ball
it was a fumble. It was clearly a fumble. Jonnu Smith, a heads-up play coming away with that football.
We say it every week, not only on
And I do not even see how he ever got to it.
the NFL. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Darius Leonard's on my fantasy football team, racking up some points for me, that's for sure. 3rd and 2. Twins on each side. Mac Jones got to get something going. This is going to be offsides, and they're going to blow this one dead as he immediately sacked the quarterback. So this will be a free first down.
A little early. I appreciate the effort. He thought he had a beat on the snap count, so it's a silent count. Watch Andrews when he lifts his head. These D linemen, they get a time, right? They get a clock in their head. They start timing that head nod to when the ball moves. And he was just a fraction early.
Rip indeed.
It was either an offsides penalty or the greatest get-off in the history of the NFL.
The Patriots, I mean, it feels like a huge deficit with the way this game has gone, but if the Patriots can score, they're only down 13. They can get a touchdown on the board. Split back formation. Looking right is Mac Jones. Double clutches. Now firing down the field towards the right. And it's caught but cannot continue the catch. Nelson Aguilar. That will be incomplete.
Kenny Moore, he is playing at a Pro Bowl level. He can line up in the slot. You're going to see him here. He's lined up one-on-one outside.
Not today, Dolly.
Try to get him on a little double move. The old out and up. But look at the way
Well covered. Nelson Aguilar still almost made a heck of a catch, but could not complete it.
If you're looking for textbook defensive back play, that's the clinic tape right there by Kenny Moore.
Twins to the left. Fullback is offset to the right. H-back, may I say. And little draw play. And that will pick up a gain of 2, and it will make a 3rd and 8. There is a flag. So we'll see what this is.
And Kenny Moore forced that penalty. He came on a little nickel pressure. And Kendrick Bourne just tackled him.
Number 84, offense.
So a block in the back. That's going to bring it back 10 yards. So this will now be 2nd and 20.
We were talking with Kenny Moore the other day. And Marvel, you were saying, how do you go about it? You can play everywhere. I love his story, how he got so good at playing all these different positions. I mean, they list him at nickel, but he does a lot more.
He can play everything. He's playing in the slot. And sometimes the slot receiver, in his own words, said is the forgotten defensive back. He actually made a big campaign push that nickel position should be in the Pro Bowl. But he can line up in the slot. You see him there in run support, drawing the penalty.
Twins left, pro right.
He's a great player.
Second down and long.
Mac Jones looking, firing left. Got his man close to the first down marker, or that was the original line of scrimmage. That was Nelson Aguilar. So it'll bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and about 10.
Get a feel here for how Josh McDaniels wants to approach the rest of this game. These are the situations you don't want your young quarterback to be in. 3rd and plus 10, 11, 12 yards. Those are must-pass situations. Do you play aggressive and let him drop back and push the ball? Do you play it conservative and say this is 4-down territory? See which approach he wants to take.
Colts rush 4.
Mac Jones looking, firing deep, and that is caught by Nelson Aguilar. He's going to be about 1 to 2 yards shy, though. Make it a long one. And the Patriots are going to go. If this ball is out a little bit quicker, he might would have had the first down. I think that was a good spot. So you get a tight end to the left, an extra tackle to the left. That tight end will now motion left to right. Rolling out right, in trouble, now firing, and it's well overthrown, incomplete. Boy, you needed 1 yard, and you elect to go with that play call. And that will get us to another commercial break. The Colts will take over. It is 20 to zip right now. 20 to zip. So we will get back to the audio once commercial break ends, but that's another big miss for the Patriots. What's up, Catfish Terry? Yeah. All right, so here we go.
Since a rough start, when you think about it. Got off to a 1-4 start. They've won 6 of 8.
Play action. Carson Wentz looking, fires middle of the field, and that one's going to be caught but incomplete. Pittman Jr. had it, but Jackson with a really good catch there. Yeah, it's been a good game by the Indianapolis Colts. Catfish Theory. The Colts are just, they're a dangerous team right now. I actually need the Patriots to score some points. I took the Patriots. I took the Colts money line, but I took both teams to score at least 10 points. So I need some garbage time points to come for the Patriots, and I'm a little worried about that now. Jonathan Taylor running hard, and we'll get a gain of about 4 or 5, maybe 6. Bring up third down. Appreciate that, Catfish Terry.
Also a fascinating guy. He wants to get into space travel when he's done playing. I'm not kidding. In the NFL, he said, I don't know if I'll have enough money to build my own spaceship.
He's maybe with Strahan on the next flight to space.
That's what he said.
But what did Chris Ballard tell us?
Jonathan Taylor, 19 rushes, 79 yards.
Chicago, and he was on the scouting staff there. He said, what's the best thing I can say about Jonathan Taylor? You could give him the ball 40 times. When you see him in the locker room, you didn't even think he played. He said the guy is just
split back formation. Play action. Wentz going to keep it. And I think that is going to be a really good tackle, keeping him just shy. I would be shocked if the Colts don't go for this, though, with how their offensive line has dominated.
And he is a little bit short.
Yeah, that was a design run all the way. That's just a traditional zone read type concept. They're going to pull the backside guard. He can either give it or he can pull it and follow his offense.
So 4th and 1. The Colts elect to go for it on the New England Patriots 37-yard line. It's actually 37.5. They need to get to the 37. See if they sneak it here. And they will, and Carson Wentz will get the first down. What's up, John Euler? Appreciate you very much for stopping by. Yeah, Catfish Theory. I think the Patriots have deficiencies. And, of course, it's hard to win with a rookie quarterback in this league. And they've won a lot of games with the rookie quarterback. But right now, in a game where they're getting dominated on the line of scrimmage, it's going to make things tough. I felt like the Bills game could have went a different way, and I felt like if the Titans had all their players healthy, that game could have went in a different way. So if they lose this game, it's going to be an incredibly big game next week when they play Buffalo again in New England. Wentz, quick throw outside. This one could have been picked and should have been picked, but it'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10.
And by the way, speaking of Jamie Collins, he's playing a lot more today. Juwan Bentley has been ruled out, Christina Pink tells us, so that's obviously a big loss. Got hurt in the first half.
And that's a pick 6. These are just, we've seen such uncharacteristic missed opportunities by this Patriot team. They've thrived all year on when they get their hands on the ball, it's a pick. In that case, it's probably a pick and 6 the other direction. They're just slightly off making these plays that have come their way.
And a little draw action to Jonathan Taylor, and his legs never stop moving, and he'll get a gain of about 6. And we've got a situation here. And now a ref goes down. Michael Pittman gets pulled up out of that skirmish.
Told us during the break that Pittman was really frustrated, went over and kicked the cooler, which you wouldn't think because they're up 20, but maybe there's a little beef going on the field.
Yeah, a little bit of a fight here, Brayton, between Michael Pittman and a DB. They go at each other, then Michael Pittman gets shoved down. Yeah, there's a this was a full-on fight pretty well.
He might be out of the game, Kevin. That's a huge loss. So just a physical run block. Both of these receivers on both teams are committed to run blocking. It's going to be interesting to see how they settle this one out.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it's got to be, you think, a penalty on Duggar, but you're right. We'll see now how they deem it and what they saw. And New York can get involved with this decision, too. I don't mean like the entire city of New York. I mean like the replay building at the NFL. They could go and look, and they can make a determination if the player would be ejected. Why don't we just start talking about New York and bring on our rules expert, Mike Pereira. Mike, what do you think here? Watch this play. Is this enough for an ejection here?
Yeah. Personal foul, number 23, defense. He has been disqualified from further play.
So they're kicking him out.
Number 11, offense. He has also been disqualified.
Oh, and they're kicking Pittman out.
Wow. Mike, so sorry about that. Fruits here at the wrong time. Tell me about what you just heard.
Yeah, well, that's New York being involved. Once the flag gets thrown, now New York can look at the whole play.
I would have to see Pittman's pissed. I would have to see if Pittman actually threw a punch. You saw 23 yank his helmet off. That probably would have been warranted getting kicked out. But I don't know if I saw Pittman throwing a punch. They elect to throw both.
Led to part of the decision of going with an ejection on each team.
Interesting, yeah, because I'm sure Colts fans are saying, wait a second. It was, Pittman's helmet who got ripped off, but they decide to throw both players. I see Darius Leonard is kind of arguing that point. There's been a lot of talking, and again, I don't know what started it, but the last couple series you pointed out, Patriots players have come near the Colts bench. Pittman showing anger as Pam.
Number 23.
Pittman's got to go. He's kind of hanging on the field now.
Is it Duggar?
So Duggar and Pittman,
Yeah, Duggar.
both are gone from
Duggar is the one, Andrew, who gets thrown out. So here we go, Colts 3rd and 3. Inside handoff and a lot of penetration there, and he will be stopped. Phillips in on the tackle.
And then both teams just kind of lost their minds there for a little bit, and I think it ended up really costing the Colts a little more. They had a lot of momentum going on this drive. You have a chance to go in and make it 27. You lose your composure. Let the opponent
And Pittman
take
is
the swing.
just
Let the opponent get the
still
penalty.
frustrated as he goes
Now all of a sudden,
to
both
the
teams
locker room.
lose two of their best players on their respective side of the ball.
Michael Bagley. Snap, set, field goal is on its way, and that kick is no good.
And so if there was ever a time for the Patriots to get back,
So some positive momentum there for the Patriots. So we'll get the audio back up once commercial break ends. So the Patriots, with 4:33 left to play in the third quarter, they got to get something going. They got to find a way to get some points on the board. Something. I mean, at least for my bet's sake, they need to get 10 points. I just thought that bet was going to be okay. I was worried about the Colts taking care of business, but I felt like at least both teams would score at least 10 points. I did not think either one of these teams would have at least 0 on the board. So, yeah, like I say, it's a rookie quarterback for you, Robin. He has been impressive, but you put a quarterback in some tough situations like this, and it can be tough.
20-0 Colts here. Patriots get
See what Mac Jones can do on this drive. Mac Jones fires middle of the field, and that one's completed for a gain of about 13 and a first down. Hunter Henry on the catch.
First down as we go downstairs to Christina Pink.
Off the field, and then, obviously we saw that fight on the field. Devin McCourty, the wily veteran on this Patriots defense, implored everybody to get together, said, guys, keep our cool, keep our composure. You see Bill Belichick there speaking to that defense. They're trying to keep their cooler heads.
An answering drive here would get the Patriots back into this game. Mac Jones looking, now firing, and this one caught for a gain of 10. That could have been intercepted again. And he's shaken up a little bit, but he will find his way off the field. Really good concentration there by Nelson Aguilar.
They're going to stop this and bring him and take a look. But you said it. He's made some unbelievable catches.
Deep breaking in route as this one gets wedged in. And he caught it. And he went straight down.
Give him a lot of credit. The fact that he held on to that ball, not only through a contested play by Rhodes, but a huge shot.
Took a shot by Darius Leonard.
And so I hope Aguilar is okay. It's a 10-yard gain. It's a first down. Patriots on the move. They go jumbo formation.
It would really help out Mac Jones if they could get a little something going on the ground. 2 tight ends set to the right. Motion from right to left. And counter to the right. Stevenson, good cut here. We'll get a gain of about 6. But that's a good positive run there. Sendejo, really good job fitting there.
We saw it so much last week. This is just traditional power. This is one of the few significant holes we've seen Stevenson have the chance. But look at Andrew Sendejo. Comes from his deep safety spot and just sticks him. Hasn't been a lot of those running lanes. That was a good one right there.
Second and 4. Blitz coming.
Mac Jones fires middle of the field and incomplete. 3 defenders in the area. Could have been picked off. Intended for Jonnu Smith. Now 3rd and 4.
It's just the timing is off because Darius Leonard is ripping off the ball. See him, he comes around the edge. He's unblocked.
Yeah, he had to throw that a lot sooner than what he wanted to.
Instead of letting Jonnu Smith continue to work towards open space in the zone, that ball needs to come out.
Darius Leonard was on the pressure. Trips left, single receiver is a tight end to the right, looking right, now middle, in trouble, flushes out, throws it way across the field, backwards. And that is caught for a first down. He didn't throw it backwards. He threw it back across his body. That is the type of throw that you're saying, no, no, no. And somehow the tight end does a heck of a job bodying out his defender. He had to throw everything into his body to get that thing there to Hunter Henry. And he boxed out Carey. And that's a first down. But, I mean, at that point, you're down 20-0. Mac Jones trying to make a play to extend this, and he does. Mac Jones, look, quick throw. Hunter Henry there. Give him 11 and a first down. And the Patriots are now some momentum. reacting with Brennan says, hey, Coach, good to see you back, brother. Absolutely, Brennan. Hope you've been well.
Jonnu Smith handles a lot of on-the-ball, run, pass protection. Hunter Henry's really been the favorite tight end in the receiving game. We've seen him come to life here in this drive.
He's the leading receiver in the game, Greg. 4 catches, 58 yards.
I know I'm biased, KB, but young quarterbacks just throw the ball to the tight end.
So split back formation here. Hunter Henry motions left to right.
Just bring them all in.
From the 12.
And outside handoff. Jonnu Smith gets to the 10, to the 5, trying to reach for the end zone. They're going to say down at about the 1. There is a flag also.
I'm telling you, just give the ball to the tight ends. Either throw it to him, hand it to him.
Absolutely reacting with Brennan. Hit that subscribe button and let's get a shake and bake. And we're going to get a holding. And that's a bad break for the Patriots. Jacoby Myers trying to crack the first thing inside the box. Boy, that's tough as a wide receiver. Sendejo just kind of turned his body and then fell down to the ground. I know it looks like a hold, but man, I honestly think that's some BS. So now 1st and 20, a bad break for the Patriots. And that's going to be a false start. And it is all going in the wrong direction now.
Nelson Aguilar being escorted to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. We don't know if he's coming back. Uncharacteristic mistakes for the Patriots. They usually don't make them.
Split back formation. Tight end will motion left to right. Mac Jones look for the running back screen. Now we'll float it to the other running back. Gets to the 20. And he'll be brought down at the 12. So a good push there. And that's going to get us, I believe, to the end of the 3rd. It will.
Much better job. We saw early. You saw Mac Jones kind of do the whirly bird. Much better timing. Just trying to get back some of that penalty yardage.
That will take us to the end of the 3rd. So the Colts.
So the end of the 3rd quarter.
Rated teen.
Susie posted all.
So going to be a big 3rd down here coming up. It's going to be 3rd and, well, it says 2nd and 10. Maybe it's 2nd and 10. We'll have to see. Guys, as always, if you've yet to hit those thumbs up, smash it right now. I want to give a shout out to my members, Will Sports World, Chase T66 for being Hall of Fame members, the biggest members you can be on the channel. Appreciate y'all. Carver family, Troxel Sports Team streams, Beantown Breakdown, Gridiron Blitz, James Peach, Shay Flat, Asia Roberson, and Ron Ripple. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate you very much for your support. need the Patriots to put some points on the board. Utah State getting it done against Oregon State. That's good. All right, so here we go. Mac Jones looking in trouble, steps up in the pocket on 2nd and 10, floats to the end zone. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. And so the Patriots get on the board finally, and pending an extra point, we'll pull this one within 13 points. That's a good, well-timed ball. Good job by Mac Jones extending this play, stepping up in the pocket that normally will get some linebackers to suck up underneath, and he puts it over their heads for Hunter Henry, who has been a really good acquisition for the Patriots. That extra point is good. So the Patriots now pull within 13. Now I need them to score at least one more time to be feeling good about my bet. So a much needed touchdown there for the New England Patriots. Oh, man. Sorry. Guys, I'll be right back. Gonna get me a bottle of water. I appreciate that, Brayton. The whole chat has not been very active tonight. People just kind of chilling, hanging out in the background. So it's been a quiet chat today, but it's all good. Brayton, if you would go to my Twitter, send me a DM and just put your address, be happy to send you a Christmas little card with a Coach Plays sticker. Just get to my Twitter and send me a DM with your address so I can mail you off a Christmas card, Brayton. All right, so here we go.
Back and forth all game. It's been a while, right? New England's won 8 in a row. Colts have played a terrific game. They had a punt block for a touchdown. Defense had a shutout till moments ago. The Patriots desperately needed something. They got a touchdown on the board. Hunter Henry, a big drive. 5 catches, 70 yards. His 8th TD of the year. Career high for him.
So the Colts will take over.
Now the Colts, a lot of time left. Well,
Patriots would really love to get a quick stop here. Colts got to continue to play their game because a quick stop would put the Patriots in a position to then get another score, and then before you know it, this game could become a 6-point game real quick and put the Colts in a lot more pressured situation.
nothing but tight ends.
Hey, I'm telling you, we called it earlier in the drive. They threw Henry 3 for a touch.
2 tight ends set to the right. Twins left. Little split zone action, and Taylor gain of 1.
Michael Pittman, the #1 receiver, thrown out of the game.
Yeah, they do, Brayton.
Doing much in the pass game, but take him out of the game, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to the Patriots. Since that early kind of blitz start by the Colts, the opening, the touchdown offensively, then the block punt, you saw it on the box score. These last couple quarters, the defense of the Patriots have
22
really
rushes for 85 yards for the Colts.
This is where a run game matters. Everyone talks about yardage and all that. Can you run the ball when you need to run the ball? You mentioned Pittman's not here, but your number one passing weapon.
Showing blitz from the Mike linebacker. We'll see what they bring. They are going to bring some extra pressure here. Wentz steps up, makes a quick throw. T.Y. Hilton gets to the 40 and the 45, and that is where he'll go out of bounds.
That's his first catch today, and the crowd energized by the longtime Colts.
Colts offensive line did a really good job picking up that pressure, giving Wentz just enough time to see T.Y. Hilton come across the middle of the field. And Hilton does a good job getting some yards after the catch.
Right in his face. Wentz delivers the ball on time, on the money. I like that they're staying aggressive.
He's been such a good player for this organization. 4-time Pro Bowls, tough year.
16 catches, 197 yards, and a touchdown so far for T.Y. Hilton on the year.
That one goes for 20 yards.
Play action. Wentz set, fires, tipped up, intercepted. And the Patriots have the turnover they need.
The last thing the Colts could have had right there. Comfortably in front. And now New England has some life. Wentz.
And that is Carson Wentz for you. Woo. Throwing into coverage. And just like that, the Patriots with some life. Robin says, remember the Super Bowl miracle. So like say, if the Patriots can march down the field, get a touchdown, this game instantly gets in an area that Colts fans do not want to see, as it would just be a 6-point game. Carson Wentz just cannot make that throw. You cannot make that throw, my guy. And we're back.
It's just a little token play action.
A lot of pressure in the face here. You've got to just throw this ball out of bounds.
Just throw it out of bounds.
Golly.
It's 1st and 10. They don't fall for the bootleg play action type. It's first down. Live to play another down. Throw that ball out of bounds into the bleachers, and it's 2nd and 10, and you line up and you play.
All right, so the Patriots will take over at their own 47.
Second down. Blitz
Mac Jones fires and incomplete. Trying to throw a deep hitch. N'Keal Harry incomplete. It's actually 3rd and long. He's already missed the play somehow. That's some BS. Guess I gotta fix this. You know, when I touch it, it'll go right back. 3rd and 10 for the Patriots. Blitz throws the back out. He's got some room and he's going to get the first down. He will step out of bounds, but it's a gain of 12. Good job by Mac Jones, just feeling the pressure right there. As soon as he got the pressure, he just checked it to his back on the swing.
You're going to just look at Kenny Moore. If he sits on the little squat route, you're going to throw the swing. If he expands, you throw it there to the receiver. Bolden gets on the edge. The second that defender, Kenny Moore in this case, is flat-footed, you spit the ball out to your back, and you tell him, go chase that first down sticks.
Bolden stays in.
So 1st and 10, ball is now at the 41 of the Colts. Little draw and a flea flicker. That was a long flea flicker. Will now fire, and it's just off the hands. It would have been a gain of about 12 to Myers. That was a... Boy, that was took a long time.
Harry was wide open. I just don't think he trusted that he had enough time. You can see there was penetration.
Yeah, a lot of penetration, and that's what blew up the flea flicker.
Bolden couldn't even find Mac Jones.
But they said N'Keal Harry was wide open. Still, Myers was open for a gain of about 12.
More time. N'Keal Harry is 30 yards past the nearest defender.
Boy, missed opportunity
here. Is that Rhodes? We'll check it out. I think it's Xavier Rhodes. Injury timeout in Indy.
Thanks for.
So an injury timeout, we'll have to see what that is. But they act like on that flea flicker that there was a wide open N'Keal Harry down the field. They didn't show it on the game, but they run a flea flicker with like a kind of a power blocking scheme, and there was a lot of penetration in the A gap. The guard ends up getting pretty well right into the face of the running back. He had to wait for him to cross his face just to toss the ball back. By that time, had a lot of pressure, and Mac Jones just elects to get rid of it pretty quick on a deep out route. Still could have completed it if that ball wasn't just slightly thrown outside. But a missed opportunity there, but it will still be 2nd and 10 and a chance for Patriots to continue this drive. So now they're showing N'Keal Harry here. Whoa. He did burn him. Wow.
rid of the ball. They had a shot there.
Mac Jones looking. Steps up, fires, got his man Harry in the middle of the field. Will get a gain of about 9. Bring up 3rd and 1, 12-20, and the clock will continue to tick.
And they'll mark him a yard short, 3rd and 1.
Got to imagine right now the message going into Mac Jones is we've got 2 downs. Offensive line, we might give you a shot here. 2 handoffs to try to get this first down. This game, they've sensed that it's
3rd and 1. Handoff, Stevenson. And that's a loss of 1. They cannot run the football at all. Selfishly, I wish they would kick a field goal. They won't. They won't. I wish they would because that would lock in my bet.
They just don't have enough guys on the edge. There's penetration in the backfield. It's an unblocked defender right at the legs of the back. I think they might have actually lost yardage on that. This is actually a longer down a distance than 3rd.
So now 4th. Let's call it 2. It says 1, but I think it's 4th and 2. No, it's 1. 4th and 1. Mac Jones steps back, looks, fires, middle of the field, got the first down, gets to about the 22. First down, Patriots. That is Myers, and a good conversion there.
And the Patriots move on. The drive continues.
These last 2 drives, Mac Jones just seems a lot more comfortable, doesn't he? Yeah. He's going through his progressions. He's confident in the pocket. He understands the
They've had a lot of success in the middle of the field, especially here in the second half.
The first 3 quarters, it was a bit of a struggle.
1st and 10. And a little reverse. Bourne gets to the 20, 15, 10, and he will fall down to the 4. The ball does come loose, but I think he was down. They call him down. The Colts have the ball. I believe he was down. If he is not down here, this is the game. Yeah, he's down. Down. First down, Patriots inside the 4. I want the Patriots to score because I need them to score more than 10 points. And then after this, I want the Colts to have a big-time drive. H-back all set to the right. Play action. Looking. Mac Jones firing towards the end zone. Incomplete.
I like it. First down. It's a great opportunity for a hard run action. Myers was open. Would have been a tough throw, a tough completion. He's got to elevate that ball over Kenny Moore, but I like that. Again, you understand. You're telling your quarterback, we got 4 downs here. The settling for a field goal, I just don't think that's in play. I think you've got this entire game now has flipped to your advantage. You've got to keep your foot on the gas and go in. You've got to
tight end to the left. Off the line of scrimmage. Handoff. Bolden will try to cut up, and he will get to about the 1. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Bolden on the carry.
This started with a Devin McCourty interception. Tipped by Collins. Bad decision by Wentz, and now the Patriots have a 3rd and goal.
Running the jumbo tight end, Johnny Smith. We've talked, he's kind of a run.
An extra tackle. Checks in for the Patriots. False start. Wow.
It's Michael Oneway, the jumbo tackle, who comes in these situations. And that's the 8th penalty on New England. It's 3 more than they average per game. Makes it a lot longer situation now, backing out to the 7.
So 3rd and goal now from about the 6.
Changes the entire approach now. Go from having the ball at the 1-yard line, clearly a 4-down try, to now a lot depends on the success of this 3rd down.
Mac Jones looking left. Still looking left. Will now roll out. Will now fires out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Gosh, wish the Patriots would just kick the field goal to help my bet out. And I think they are going to bring the field goal unit on.
It wouldn't have been a touchdown.
Let's go. That's even better. Because I think as like a game, I kind of feel like this is the wrong call. I feel like you need to go for a touchdown here with only 9 minutes left to go, but because it still will remain a 2-possession game. But this is what I need for my bet. I took the Colts money line and both teams to score 10 or more points. Snap, set, kick is on its way, and that kick is good.
Makes it a 10-point game.
So it is now 20-10 as the Patriots have to settle for the field goal. A massive false start call there inside the 5. So commercial break right now, guys. All right, so they are kicking back off. And he'll get to the 23. So I would expect a heavy, heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor. With Carson Wentz as my quarterback, I would not be putting the ball in the air at all. I would give it to Jonathan Taylor and try to finish this game out the way it started.
You can almost erase one entire offensive player, or you can erase an entire side of the field. It's like the old days with Darrelle Revis, right? Revis Island. You can just take an element of the offense.
So 20-10, Colts trying to finish off a win here, and Jonathan Taylor will get a gain of 12.
Just the typical inside zone. You're going to see they get up to the second level really nice. And then you see Mo Alley Cox. He goes backside,
little inside split zone. And just a really good job by the right guard and right tackle holding on to Matthew Judon, getting his butt inside the hole. Just really good blocking up front for someone like Jonathan Two tight ends set to the left. 1st and 10. They will run this thing all the way down to 1 second. Taylor up the middle. You get a gain of about 4. Yeah, he might have got 6. Wow.
Absolutely. Now they have a wide receiver come back. Now he's the fallback or the hide player. We saw Mo Alley Cox, the tight end, do it. Look at Zach Batt. That's a great block for a wide receiver to hold Adrian Phillips as the outside edge. He's the free hitter. Tell you what, if you have a wide receiver that's willing to do that in the run game, look out.
Meanwhile, injury for New England. Carl Davis, one of their rotational linemen, is down on one knee. There he is. So they work on Davis. And while we have a moment, tell you about our Week 15 schedule. I mean, there's a lot of football coming up, right? I mean,
the country catch their breath a little bit after like 17 consecutive days with NFL football. Wasn't a bad week. Holidays are coming up. Everyone's off of school, work. It's gonna be a lot of football watching these next few days.
And a lot of game left here. Colts trying to add on.
3 tight ends set to the left.
Up by 10. Taylor again.
And Taylor will get a gain of about 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
He's going to be a little bit short. You talked about the run game and when it's important to run, right? We know the Colts can run, but I know this feels like when you really need to run.
And I'm a big advocate of this. I feel like we say it going into every week. Running the ball for the sake of running it, just to rack up a certain amount of carries or a certain amount of gross yardage, is not really the way to win in the NFL anymore. It's 3rd and short, 4th and short, goal to go. And then when you have the lead late in the game in the 4th quarter, can you run it and win the game? That's what's unfolding here today. If you want to be a great running team, you got to be great right now.
They go jumbo formation, extra offensive line.
Hand off again, Jonathan Taylor. He doesn't get there. So now, do the Colts go for it in their own territory? Oh, wow. I don't see how he didn't get the first down. What a play. I'm trying to see who that interior defensive tackle. Man, there was room there, and he just couldn't get there. So 4th and 1. Colts are going to go for it. They are putting all their chips in the basket for their offensive lineman. Jet motion, left to right. QB sneak, and he's got it. First down, Colts. Yeah, it's a first down. Patriots are upset, but it's a first down.
We've talked all night, the interior of this offensive line. You can tell Frank is thrilled. His excitement level.
That's what makes him beautiful, right? Like he's like that every single day.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, that's a gutsy call.
How many coaches, after this game is starting to kind of slip on 4th and short, on
and
the
so
side of the 50,
Frank Wright will call a timeout. Colts up 20-10 as we go to a commercial break. Gutsy calls all night by the Colts paid off. Yeah, like say, definitely having a lot of trust in that offensive line, and he should. They have, for the most part, have dominated the line of scrimmage. And then right there, 7 minutes left to go. You're up 2 possessions. It's 4th and 1. You feel really good about your offensive line. I feel like that's a good call to make right there, because even if you don't get it, it is still a 2-possession game. All right, so here we go. Back at it.
After the Patriots kicked a field goal there, I know it was 4th and goal from like the 8, but I was a little surprised at that. You said you were okay with it at the time. You understood it.
Yeah, I understood it. I feel like at that time, right, and I know the conversation, especially coming off last week's the game a couple days ago between the Chiefs and the Chargers, where there was so many 4th down tries down in the red zone. You'd say, why not go for it? Why not go for it? There was 9 minutes to go in the game. A field goal makes it a 2-possession game. Your defense has really taken control. You had the turnover. They forced a lot of punts. They've only given up 1 touchdown. You think you're going to get your offense back the ball with 2 possessions. But you got to get off the field. You can't allow Indianapolis just to continue to milk clock here on it, right?
And that first down might buy Indianapolis.
And Jonathan Taylor met way in the backfield for a loss of about 4, maybe 5, and this will be 3rd and long. And now another timeout. First timeout for the Patriots. 4 minutes left to go in this game.
It's been a long time. We told you the Patriots have beaten the Colts 8 in a row. Starved for this game. Just walking around town, we're running people like they were so fired up just to talk about this game tonight.
Here in Indianapolis, just the last couple days being here, it felt like we were getting ready for a playoff game. There was a buzz, there was an energy, and I even think within the Colts organization, you hear a lot of coaches say, oh, it's just another game, it's another week. No, this one just felt a little different.
So 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14. Looking to throw.
And the quarterback's going to keep it, and Wentz will get a gain of about 3. And they are essentially just going to force the Patriots to use another timeout. So they're playing the clock game right now. Or the Colts.
Yeah, now the rest of the game, New England, you got to be in hurry up. You got to be in 2 minutes. The clock is working against you now, because as we just touched on, you need 2 possessions. So you need to get down. You can stop the clock 2 more times. You got 1 timeout remaining plus the 2-minute warning. But we've got to get it to warp speed here. We're going to need a touchdown, most likely an onside kick. So that last drive, even though Indianapolis is pumping the ball here, the fact now they've gotten it from 9 minutes to under 4 minutes in a 2-possession game, that's success.
Got to be careful on this punt. Gunnar Olszewski is an all-pro returner. A good kick by Sanchez. He has to
and that will be fair caught at about the 17.
Second punt of the game. So here are the Colts, right?
So here come Mac Jones and the Patriots. Going to have to score on this drive and score relatively quick to just give themselves a chance. 20-10. Colts up in this one.
This is a must-have. They have to close it out.
These games go so far into building your team morale, your mindset, your confidence. Not all wins are created even in the NFL.
Patriots work to do. Time not on their side.
Mac Jones firing deep, middle of the field. Got his man, and he'll get down at about the 38. That is Bourne.
Really nice ball here by Mac Jones. We've talked a few times
And
today.
they will hurry up.
A little flat, not really elevating the ball into the back, into the deeper zones. As we see him kind of going hurry up here. That was a really well-thrown ball. The first play of a 2-minute drive is the most critical.
Twins left, single receiver right. Mac Jones. Double clutching will now just fire this one over the head of his back to stop the clock out of bounds. Good decision there by Mac Jones.
During the win streak, they were scoring. Of course, the defense helped set some of that up, but Jones was playing great. Running game was great. Tonight, a little different story. The run game has not gotten going really at all. Playing without Damian Harris, their top rusher, certainly didn't help. The Colts defense has been terrific. That's really the story.
New England has one timeout left, 3:16 left on the clock. Mac Jones, middle of the field, and that will be just a completion, a gain of 4. Colts keeping everything in front of them right now, and Mac Jones just had to take what he could take right there. What's going on? Come on now.
The clock continues to run, and there's an injured Colt.
So we have an injury on the field right now.
To stop the clock, but there's also a very deliberate defensive strategy that defensive coordinators.
3rd and 6.
You know, in this situation, you got 3 minutes. You know it's a 2-score game. To let them eat the clock and just continue to get completions and tackle them inbounds is not a big deal. When you know it's not a 1-score game, you can play soft zones, make them complete the ball underneath, rally, tackle. Keep this clock moving. Keep it going. You know they can only stop it 2 more times, one of them being the 2-minute.
3:05 left to play.
Yards have been hard to come by in this game for both teams. 3rd down and 6.
Mac Jones steps back, looks, fires. Got his man open for the first down. There are 2 flags. We'll have to see. You wonder if there was offensive pass interference because he was so wide open.
They're in a 2-man, which means there's 2 high safeties and then inside leverage man.
Yeah, they got him for offensive pass interference. I think so.
Fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal use of hands to the face, number 26, defense. Pass interference, number 85, offense.
All right, so offsetting. And it'll be back 3rd down.
Colts penalty was on Rocky Yassin, obviously away from that play. And they just essentially redo the down.
And Hunter Henry's trying to be physical. He's trying to use his big body to create separation. Just work to an edge. Just slip to the outside shoulder, snap away, and it's an easy first down. Instead, you got to replay 3rd down.
3rd and 6, a little short motion by Myers. Mac Jones steps up, fires deep down the field, and he's got Harry to the 15. 1st down, and the Patriots are in business. There's a flag, and they're going to get roughing the passer. So give them more yardage now.
So a 43-yard gain on Harry and then add on the roughing penalty.
N'Keal Harry does a really good job of going up and getting this ball, and Mac Jones did a good job. Yeah, boy, helmet to helmet. That was a big-time hit on Mac Jones. Really good job of N'Keal Harry going up at the highest point he could.
Let them complete that ball underneath. You cannot let them throw that ball over the top. Mac Jones with a nice throw.
So now 1st and goal for the Patriots. 2:35, plenty of time in this game. Really need the Colts defense to stiffen up here. Mac Jones fires, and this one's incomplete. Good coverage there by Kenny Moore.
We've seen Indianapolis on this drive, a little uncharacteristic of their defense, go to more man-to-man. We saw it on the PI that was offsetting penalties on Hunter Henry and Darius Leonard. In critical downs tonight, they've gone to a more of a match-man coverage. Nice job by Kenny Moore there.
2nd and goal. Ball is at the 7-yard line. Make it about the 7.5. Trips right, single receiver left. Mac Jones looking, steps up in the pocket, still looking, fires to the end zone. No one home, incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Receiver, but Rodgers all over him, and now 3rd and goal with 2:25.
It's man-to-man again. Indianapolis must feel that their tendencies are all week. They're preparing in the red zone. They're preparing in these situations for just deep zone coverages. As a result, so far this man-to-man has just been just enough of a kind of change-up. Mac Jones has nowhere to go with the ball.
Do they go man coverage again? You get a too-high safety look for the Colts. Mac Jones looks, fires, touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. Boy, I thought Darius Leonard was about to pick this one off.
And I don't know how this game's going to end, but if you are a Patriots fan or you're in this Patriots organization, Mac Jones coming to life here when everything went against him for 3 quarters.
Wow.
And to give your team a chance. Tell you what, this kid's future is bright.
And what that does, Gray, I don't know what they're going to do, but they don't have to onside. They don't
3rd
want to.
and 14.
Interesting decision.
So now 20-17.
And now just needing a field goal, they have a choice, but let's look at the touchdown.
So Darius Leonard is what they call the hook curl player. His eyes are on the quarterback. Look at this ball placement. Hunter Henry feels it. He starts.
Wow. One heck of a throw by Mac Jones. This one could have easily been picked off, but Darius Leonard could not get there.
Leonard is trying to undercut and rob that. Wow. Really almost got it. That's a long arm linebacker. That's a great ball and a great job by Hunter Henry.
So here's the decision. New England with 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning. If they kick off and they hold, they would get the ball back with about 1:20, 1:15, and only needing a field goal. It's an option, or they could try an onside kick. What would you do?
I think what happens a lot of times right now, everyone puts their hands team. If you can have a kicker who can bloop this ball and kick this ball roughly between the 6-7 yard lines,
So we
and the
will
goal
see
line,
here
touchback. But if you can
on
just
the
drop
onside
this ball
kick.
and rally, you could arguably pin them inside the 15-yard line. And like you said, you got 2 chances to stop the clock. Getting the ball back with 1:20, needing a field goal, is by no means daunting.
But this is interesting. This is Folk out here. Usually Bailey, the punter, is the kickoff guy, and it's Folk. So I don't know what that means. We're about to find out.
The ball's on the tee.
And Folk to kick it off. And he's going to kick it deep.
Try to bloop it.
Yeah, it's kind of a blue pooch kick.
Fields it at the 10. Gets to the 20. And he'll get across the 30.
Yeah, that was the idea, right? We just talked about it. That was the idea. He just didn't get it deep enough. He caught that ball around the 14, 15-yard line. Ideally, you'd like that ball to be caught around the 5, the 4. But nonetheless, Bill Belichick's playing the numbers.
All right, so 1st and 10. Colts need a 1st down.
With Carson Wentz, who's got 58 total yards today, but his team winning and trying to salt it away. I mean, it's got to be just the run game here, right?
58 total yards passing. That's incredible.
Right, over the years has surprised everyone. I just can't see you playing too.
And there are a lot of people in the box for the Patriots. And as it should. Motion from left to right. Jet sweep to Doolin. And that's only going to be a gain of about 1 to 2.
Should take us to the 2-minute warning. Let us know they call the timeout.
Patriots call the timeout.
Okay, interesting. So again, either way you slice it, I think you still end up, if the Patriots hold, getting it back with about 1:20 left.
Yeah, if you're on defense, you always take the timeout on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. If you run that ball down, if you run that clock down to 2 minutes, and you say, all right, I hold my the next down is going to eat up a certain amount of seconds, then you would take your timeout. Here, if you stop them on second down, you know the clock will stop at 2 minutes as opposed to a minute 54, a minute 55. So it's always the right move to call it on the plus side of the 2-minute warning.
Monday on NFL Network, showdown of the AFC playoff.
All right, so here we go.
Will they have enough to finish this game?
Second and about 8. Inside handoff. Taylor, he's going to cut up 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Walk it off. Touchdown, Colts. And the Colts will win. Jonathan Taylor walking it off for the Indianapolis Colts. And that's going to do it.
Can you run the ball when the entire world knows you're going to run it? And that is no easy feat against this New England Patriots defense. But all night, Jonathan Taylor, Quentin Nelson, this offensive line has been spectacular. Wow. Wow.
67 yards for Jonathan Taylor. Well, that will finish it. And it's only fitting. 169 yards rushing for Taylor on 29 carries. Here it is.
Look how many guys are in the box. There's 10 guys in the box. There's 2 free
What a
guys.
cut.
Jonathan Taylor just makes a miss.
Dante Hightower was right there.
Longest tenure, your best player over the last decade. He's got him. He just overruns the play. Jonathan Taylor is so good with the ball in his hands. He makes one guy miss. You have Devin McCourty and Dante Hightower unblocked in the hole.
And you win.
And you win. That says all you need to know.
He's a special player.
There you go.
He's an MVP candidate. And we showed you earlier in the broadcast how tough Bill Belichick's defenses have been against 1,000-yard rushers. Jonathan Taylor has broke the mold. 169 tonight. And now the most scrimmage touchdowns in Colts history, getting past the great Lenny
Thumbs
Moore.
up, everybody. Captain Fury says.
19, tying Lenny Moore.
Yeah, this game's over. Robin, this game is over.
I could just name stats forever. But the bottom line, the backbreaker.
Now, if you're New England and you're coming out, the roof just busted off the top of this place, right? That was just a back-breaking play. You still can stop the clock.
Technically, Patriots, if they can score here quick, get an onside kick, yes, but just don't see it.
Get points, and then, of course, your hopes are going to hinge on the success of an onside kick. But as hard as this seems right now with 2:01, you just can't quit. You got to get back in the huddle and just say, we're going to finish this game, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
So here's Jones.
Mac Jones fires, middle of the field for Myers, and that's a gain of 9, tackled inbounds. Myers slow getting up.
Taylor's third game over 150 rushing yards this year. I mean, and here you go, as I said, 11 straight with a rushing touchdown now. One more would tie the all-time record.
That's pretty good company to keep.
Jonathan Taylor, who had a fine career at Wisconsin, averaged 151 rushing yards a game there. By the way, he turned down Harvard. He could have done anything. Said he wants to get into science, space travel when he's done playing. Well, he's in the business now of getting the Colts to the playoffs. Let's jump on his back. It's a pretty good formula.
I know the MVP has traditionally, at least recently, been a quarterback heavy, right? Almost an exclusively quarterback award. But sometimes it just takes that one special performance, and here he is on national television. The entire world only game.
Honestly, I'll be pissed if they give him MVP. Derrick Henry rushes for 2,000 yards last year, doesn't get MVP. Was well on his way to another 2,000 this year and wasn't getting any MVP talks. So I'll be personally pissed if they give him MVP. Just my 2 cents.
Get set. We gotta get this ball snapped.
First and 10 for the Patriots. Mac Jones looking. Double clutches. Now fires. Middle of the field. And big time hit on Harry. Both will go down. There is no flag.
We have seen some violent collisions here tonight. I think Sendejo, the safety, might have been on the wrong side of that one. You're going to see he's going to try to fit this ball in again. Oh,
dang.
Sendejo gets there right as the ball gets there.
Hit him right in the head, too. There you go. Oh,
He made body contact first. Sendejo, I think he knocked himself out.
Well, they tend to both players.
Harry
helped off.
getting helped off.
It's tough. Hate seeing that. Reminder, stick around for the Mercedes EQ post-game show. A lot coming up. Heck of a game to unpack. So they continue to work on Sendejo. Hope he's okay. Greg mentioned MVPs. Just think about, this is the last 6 running backs to win MVP, and Adrian Peterson was the last. What was that, 2012? Well, here's how Taylor's season stacks up against the average of all of those guys.
I'll just be pissed, man. Derrick Henry had a lot of chances to get MVP last year. Rushed for over 2,000 yards, and they act like it wasn't even close compared to Aaron Rodgers.
If there was ever a guy to break that mold, I don't know how much better you're going to get. Although Derrick Henry over the years, you can make an argument that he probably had his fair share of opportunities at the MVP. It's nice to see Sendejo just getting up.
Well, good news is Sendejo is up and at least helped walk off field. There we are. Good to see you. This is, again, I go back to Pam's initial report. This is a game for, most coaches, it's just another game. Frank Reich was to us, this is a game we absolutely have to win. And I'm just curious, we saw this Colts team a couple weeks ago against Tampa. What's your opinion of them now if they can close this out? Does it change at all?
I think they found a way to just continually improve, continue to get better. They came off that big Buffalo win a few weeks ago. Then they had the letdown here at home. You said it, we called that game against Tampa. That was the second big measuring stick for Frank Reich against the defending champs. Didn't go their way. This was their next opportunity. And barring a miraculous comeback, they've answered the challenge.
Yeah,
Second and 10, 1:27 left to play.
And remember, keep in mind, Patriots #1 defense in the league coming in. Yards have been tough to come by, but getting them at the key times. Here's Jones. Pass to Hurd.
Fires a deep corner, and that's too far, incomplete.
That'll bring him a 3rd down.
It's worth noting on that last play, we saw the big collision between Sendejo and Harry. Thankfully, both of them were able to walk off the field on their own power. Bill Belichick was pretty animated. He called almost the entire officiating crew over to his near sideline and said, how is that not a penalty? How is that not hit to the head and personal foul? But obviously, the official didn't see it that way. It's just nice to see both those guys be able to walk off. Hope they're okay.
Third and 10.
Mac Jones steps up and will try to run and flips this up and incomplete.
Even got it out of there. Smart. And it does stop the clock with 1:15 left, but it's a 4th down.
Really smart play, though. He was going nowhere. He gets tackled in bounds there. We're going to lose a ton of time. Couldn't tell in real speed if his knee was down. I think he got it out in time. Just barely got it out of his hand. It's a smart play.
I'll tell you what, it hasn't been easy, but you have to be impressed with Mac Jones in this 4th quarter, right? I mean, he was having a dreadful game, and he's showing you something.
Absolutely. I mean, remember, before they kicked that field goal to make it 20-10, they jump off sides at the 1-yard line.
Here he is again, 4th down.
And that one's going to be incomplete. And that's going to do it for this one. The Indianapolis Colts 27, Patriots 17. The Colts are going to knock off the Patriots. Colts are going to advance to 8-6. Patriots will fall to 9-5. And like I say, the #1 seed is up for grabs between the Patriots, Chiefs, and Titans. We'll have to see what the Titans can do this week against the Steelers. Chiefs with a big win over the Chargers.
elements of the Patriots team, but
Colts dominated on the line of scrimmage in this one as they take the knee, guys. That's going to do it. Appreciate everybody being in the chat. Appreciate everybody who hit the thumbs up. I will probably see you tomorrow night, guys. Until next time, peace.
Ever fake, I keep it real.